set. 6500. Rebound. Rotate.
Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday afternoon, happy Sunday evening, morning, wherever you may be tuning in from. Welcome in to the V1 HQ. It's going live here from the ramp in Cancun, Mexico. Did a little audible today. Was going to do Philly, Orlando, but we just kind of did a 4.5-hour long haul. I didn't want to do a 2-hour flight because it's like on the verge of a Green Dot episode, and we're going to be doing plenty long haul flying very soon with the release of the A350. So we did a slight audible. We're going to switch it up. We're going to go Cancun to Orlando in the lovely A330 200, which I think looks kind of cooler than the 300. It's just my personal opinion. I like the shorter, I don't know, it just looks a little bit more proportional. But that's not the main reason. The main reason we are looking at the best livery to ever grace the A330, in my humble opinion, and that is the US Airways Cactus livery. It is so much juice. Courtesy of Whiskey Throttle, this livery, like all his liveries, will be released publicly, I'm sure. This is an early rendition. It's still work in progress. The cabin is not finished, so it's just the exterior for now, but it looks so dang good, and I absolutely love it. I've flown on this exact aircraft, the US Airways 330, a couple times going from Philly to Orlando. They used to run these Philly to Orlando quite frequently, especially in the summertime, and it was just awesome. So we're going to gonna do a short flight today, 1 hour 20 minutes en route from the good old Mexico up to Florida, and then later today, Tour de Americas kicking off with the Duke. That's going to be a very, very fun stream. It's one leg, but we're stopping at Orcas Island, the original scenery for FS9 from Orbix. It's going to be so much fun. I'm jacked. I hope you're jacked. Good to see everybody here. I know Robinson J. Santana's jacked. He's gifting 5 subs already. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you for the support. Looks like the alert box is working. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Santana. If you pick up a membership, shout him out. Say thank you. It's is this A350 week? Is there a release date? Do we have it published yet? Does anybody know? Do we have a specific date yet? I think we're supposed to be getting close, right? That's what everyone is saying. Either way, I'm excited for that. So this will be this is like a practice wide-body Airbus flight, and hopefully the next time we're back at an Airbus. 226. Oh, that's 3 days away. So, and I'm going to take tomorrow off because it's going to be 70 degrees. So I'm going to go sunny. It's going to be sunny. So I'm going to go fishing, and and then I got to do some yard work, prepare for the spring chickens that we're going to be having. So tomorrow I will most likely be away from the sim, and then that should open it up for any type of A350 stuff this week. So I can't wait. All right, Nash, good to see you, man. Drew Smith's in the house. Good to see you. Businessman Mickey. Oh, who else? Wingnut's in the house, checking the stream out from 11D. Ooh, man, hope the Wi-Fi holds up. A deadhead. I thought you were supposed to be doing waters out. They kick you off that or something because you couldn't figure it out. What's going on, Wingnut? Good to see you. Turk's here. What's up? WASM crash training. Yeah, I had a crash because Navigraph crashed my sim just before I went live. So that was unfortunate. I'm scared to open the EFB because I opened the EFB and then my sim crashed. And it was because of Navigraph. So I don't know what to do about that, but we're just going to pretend we don't need charts. I don't think anybody's online. I should have everything memorized. We've got a couple other aircraft flying with us. We got a Deltoid over there. We got, look at that 320. Just look at that little, is that a 319? Look at that little 319 just chilling there. Well, I see you. I see you, little 319 over there. Gotta love the Airbus. We'll do a quick little gander at the livery here. Look at the dirt coming off this. So juice. Charts are dead to me, Key 6. Yes, they are indeed. Man, look at this 330. We really need FT Sim. If we had a solid sound pack or a Boris sound pack, could you imagine if we had a Boris sound pack for the 330? I would fly this so much more. Now, I don't think, have we flown the 200? I flew the 300. Is the sound any different or any better on the 200? I guess we're going to find out together. You know, it's not like it's a bad sound because I watched some 330 takeoff videos. It just doesn't have that oomph, and I think it has to do with the fact that it's a Adobo airplane, a contract. They got to meet those audio levels. So anyway, everything looks good. Let's hop into the flight deck. We're not going to walk all the way around this thing because it's going to take way too long. All right, into the cockpit we shall go. Oh, I didn't know you could open the window. All right, cool. We'll leave the window open. It's Cancun. Let's fire up this airplane. Battery 1, battery 2, APU battery coming up. It's no better on the Dash 200, says Infian. Well, thank you for crushing my dreams, my man. Let the airplane come to life here. Had a nice Cancun overnight. Is DDR4 okay? Motherboard only takes DDR4, thinking of upgrading to 64. I don't see why not, Lucas. I think I have a mix of DDR6 and 5. Or I might have 5 and 4. I can't remember. DDR6 is out, right? I think I have a 6 and 5 mix, one from my GPU to my regular RAM. Can I leak the livery on Discord? Nope. Gray shirt. Whiskey Throttle will be releasing this livery when it's done, I'm sure. My graphics card is DDR6. Okay, so Infian says DDR6 on my graphics card. Almost DDR5. I don't know. All I know is I have 2 different numbers because I saw that in the Adrenaline software when I was messing with it. Do I run your sim at Ultra with the new card? I do, Aviomar. What I've done for this particular stream, though, is I've turned... Everything is still Ultra, except I put texture quality to high. I want to see if it changes anything on the ground here as far as optimization. And it really only has to do with this airplane because I feel like in the Fenix aircraft, the optimization is so nice, dude. I could run everything on Ultra, no issues. But with the INI aircraft, they're smooth. They're smooth in flight and everything. And on the ground, I just get... I mostly get the hiccup when I go from wing view to wing view. You can see right now I'm not getting that. So maybe it's got to be a standard SOP for INI 330 aircraft. But all right, everything looks good. We're going to line the IRS, clear you out. I don't have a current nav database because Navigraph is dead to me. So let's go to the initialization. Let's do a flight plan init request. Can you even mix DDR5, DDR5? No, mine aren't. I don't know. So my GDDR6 is on my graphics card, and I have DDR5 regular RAM. You can't mix RAM. Well, I can tell you right now, it says on my Adrenaline GDDR6, and then it says 64 gigs of DDR5. So maybe that's why I had issues. Who knows? Maybe, do I need new RAM now? I don't know. You guys tell me. You're the one that built my PC. All right. So overhead is coming up. Everything looks good on the overhead. We kind of did our flow, right? Yes, we did. So with that done, we'll come down to the box. Let's go ahead and plan our departure. Costa X10 negative Ghost Rider. We're going to go 99 up to flight level 410. We're going to depart off departures 12 right on the Nuda 1 Alpha to Noodle 1 Alpha to Noodle. So we'll just insert that as is. We got 2 noodles. That wouldn't happen. We'll go here, clear the disco. There we go. Now we get rid of that separate noodle. All the way up into Orlando. Orlando right now, if I take a look, we're planning to come down the rides 2 up landing north, which would actually save a lot of time. So we'll plan 3-5 right on the rides 2. We might have to adjust that, but we got 2 hours to figure it out. So 3-5 right will throw you in the box. Coming up the rides. Actually, we have to go out east, kind of up, almost closer to Miami. We're not cutting across Naples and Fort Myers and going straight over into Orlando. We're kind of going to the southeastern part of Florida and up and over. What is the transition on this? Rides off of the Kootenai. There he is, Kootenai transition. I got some Bogota coming up next month, so we're gonna have to return to Bogota for some practice. All right, flight plan is in the box. We'll do a secondary initialization. Moon to moon. That looks good. I see MUFA centers online. I don't believe we are in MUFA control, right? Vodka, I know you're flying along. I don't think we're in MUFA control today. ILS 12 right, number 3 will be our return. Secondary perf data. We'll come back around. We'll put 200 in the radio. We'll zero out the winds. Temperature is probably close to 15. And what do we got for the meter? 1019. We'll set it the Cancun way. 1019. RadNav, nothing to hard tune. We'll put in the progress page airport reference point perf init V. We'll leave you right there. Let's close the window. Oh, you know what? I hear different sounds like that. Maybe we should have windows open for engine start just to see what happens. Who knows? Real life BSL next month? Exactly, Terry. Going down to Bogota. It's my favorite trip, and I actually swapped into it. I couldn't believe I got it. It's one leg to Miami on day 1. The second day is just Bogota, down to Bogota and back. Hang out. Maybe I'll hit up XP72, see what he's doing. And then one leg home early morning on the third day, so I get back home at like 9 a.m. So it's one of my favorite trips. Definitely not senior enough to hold it, but I was able to snag it on Schedule Mayhem Day, so got super lucky for that. I'm super juiced about that trip. We'll load the sim brief weights, and we will apply the load here. Let's do up to 5 minutes. Why do we have fuel center tank transfer? It's doing its thing. There's that delta out there to our left. What decides the word heavy? It depends on the gross weight of the aircraft. So somebody can Google and put it in there. So the 380 is a super. A 7.5 can be a heavy. Everything less than a 7.5 is not a heavy. Wingnut, cushy trip. Dude, Wingnut, I'm going to Seattle. I got it's a short Seattle overnight, dude. On Sunday the 2nd. Get in around 4. But I'm out at 4:30 in the 4:30 report time on Monday. Gross, dude. But I guess that's West Coast time. So what is that? 6 a.m. body clock time? Maybe not too terrible. I haven't been to Seattle in a long time. I'll hit you up, dude. Here's the thing. I'm either going to hit you up or I'm going to drop that trip and fish a Turks. There's a tournament that we can fish Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to try to fish the Saturday on that tournament. It's a 2-day event, but you can only fish 1 day. We'll see. I may end up dropping that trip. I do have some LA Cali Simmer. It's that same trip. I go from Seattle. Let's see. Seattle, then the next night is LA. And am I going? Oh, no, we're doing short stay. We're staying close up. So that's nothing too exciting on that LA overnight because it's a short stay by the airport. The following trip is the Bogota. Then after that, I do have another LA, which is cushy. 30-hour overnight? I might take the wife on that one. 30 hours. Yeah, I do have a nice LA coming up at the end of the month. No Tampa this month, Matt. No Tampa. Want coffee in Seattle? Oh, you know it, dude. I'm gonna hit up all kinds of stuff. Problem is, get in at 4 o'clock. Literally less than 12 hours you're going to be reporting back at the airport, so not a whole lot of time to do anything. While we wait for the rest of the loading, let's set our cruise altitude of flight level 410. And let's prime up the EFB. How is our fuel? Our fueling is complete, so we'll go ahead and get our fuel tank pumps on. We'll blast off the APU. Let's see if we can hear it here. $4:30 on Monday is a crime, Steven. That's a 4:30 report time, too. So if 4:30 report time, it's probably going to be a 4 a.m. van, which is probably going to be a 3:15 wake-up call. No Canadian ops today. Nah, no Canadian ops today, my man. Too cold up there. Nope, not using mini FCU, just using my Bravo. My mini FCU, I don't know, you got to download some stuff, and if I got to do a bunch of special software downloads to make it work, I don't do it. It's plug and play with the Fenix and every other Airbus that I care about, so. Look at Delta 330 is from I&I. You can tell because the nose gear is sinking into the ground. Oh, savage, dude. The one next door. Ours isn't. Ours looks good. We already did a post-flight or pre-flight. All right, let's get flight director, VOR, constraint mode. Magic barrel ref is set. We'll wait for the APU to kick off, and we'll start the chrono. Oh, the Delta is the headwind 330? Ooh, it's the headwind 330 next door. Chrono's on. We'll let the APU burn off. Our fueling has completed, and we do have 32.0 in the tank, so we will go 32.0 in the block fuel. We'll throw the seatbelt sign on. That's good. We'll go ahead and disconnect from ground power. And we should have we'll reset our flight directors. 1 FT2. Why we're still getting vertical speed 0 because we want the perf data, which may be a 330 thing or maybe a bug. It's not how it works on the narrow body. What do we have for CTAF up in here? .CTAF MMUN 118.1 is the CTAF. So I will do this. I'm going to go 122.8 and then we're going to go 118.1. No APU sound. What you heard is what I heard, man. I got the sims up to 80, so unfortunately the sounds are just terribly inconsistent with this aircraft. Can I get a radio check on 18.1?
Dabba-doo.
Yabba dabba doo. Alright.
Loud and clear.
I feel like my seat position is slightly off. Let me reset you a little bit here. Right? I feel like I'm looking too far to the left, or maybe not. Does that look straight? Not really. Trying to see. It's kind of straight. Tell you what, let's reset the cockpit view. And I don't know why it brings you over here. Nobody's sitting on this side of the seat. Then I'll come straight up like that. Zoom it out a little bit. That looks better. Did I see American 292? No, what happened to American 292? I noticed you never selected an app gen power. Is it automatic? How would you know if it kicked off or something? It would go black. The cockpit would go dark if you don't have power.
Southwest 1025, taxi 12 right.
I'm disconnected. APU auto will turn to available, and it will only kick on when the load is not there. It's got automatic load transfer. All right, 0 fuel weight, 305.4. We'll put that in here, 305.4. And a CG of 25.4. 25.4. Beautiful perf speeds.
Cancun, Delta 901, heavy, stand 40, pushing straight back.
Ooh, stand 40, pushing start back. Why does it say 30? We want 12 right. All right, calculate. Unable to find safe performance data. One, two right, dry, sink. What? Let me update the weather. Yeah, we already filled out the init B. Do it this way. There we go. I guess I just didn't want to sync the weather. Toga takeoff, 5360-61. It's 153, not 150. All right. Flaps are going to be position config 1 plus F. One plus F and trim 5.1 up. Wrong QNH. Infian, you can rip the QNH to the far left or right value. I guarantee you're still going to get off the runway safely. Let's see. What did I say? 5.1? So no flex at up 5.1. That would be a great input if it was in the correct spot. Up 5.1. That seems a little aggressive. Oh, I hit the reset view in my mouse button. Yeah, 5.1 up. Okay. Cool. All right, 3008 is set. We've got our time on the bleeds. Let's go ahead and go APU bleed on, and let's get out of here.
1025 departing 12 right to the northeast, Cancun.
All right, GPU is out. Chocks have been pooled.
Cancun traffic, American Airlines 404, pushback, stand 48.
Ooh.
Cancun traffic.
Cancun traffic, Cactus 357 heavy, pushing back off gate 42. Cancun. All right, disconnect the jetway.
Cancun traffic, American 421, pushing back straight.
Let's go, baby. Did some testing. DC6 can make the trip tonight, but it's going to be sporty, so I might have some good laughs. I can't wait, Zippy. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun tour de Americas today. Today is going to be exciting. We have a new flag already. Infian says a bomb threat on American 292 diverted. What? Was flying from New York to Delhi, diverted to Rome. Wow, that's not cool. Was it just a fake news bomb threat, or did they uncover anything? That's not good, man. Don't ever want to have one of those. All right, beacon is on. I gotta reset these flight directors. Why you keep doing that to me there? All right, there you go. Climb nav blue 1FD2. Let's connect the pushback truck, cockpit to ground. Cockpit to ground, ground to cockpit, go ahead. Brakes released, clear to push. We're going straight back. Cockpit to ground, copy, standby. What time is the BSL? 2:30. Or 3 o'clock, I can't remember. Oh, look at that southwest blasting off. 3 o'clock, 2:30, somewhere around there. A couple hours. Oh, we're going to push tail to the right. Let's see where it goes. Maybe we'll block AJ. Yeah, let's block AJ. Let's go this direction. Probably fake. Been over 1,000 fake bomb threats from or to India since November. Wow. That's crazy. Glad they're all fake, but I have had a bomb threat before, back in my regional days. Got a little flickering there. I don't know what that's all about. Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. Clear start engines. Clear start engines. How come I'm not using scenery? Because there's no scenery for 2024 yet, my man. Got ground, push complete, set brakes. Brakes are set, clear disconnect, show me the pin out front. We're starting number 1. We're going to watch it turn the wrong direction. Here we go. Alexandra Bellini. It's called Sunrise. And now that we saw the rotation the wrong direction, we'll listen from here. Shh. Listen to the super quiet Neo engine startup here. Yeah, I guess all the 330s start incorrectly. Have we confirmed that the 350... Have we confirmed? No, the flicker's just because I got a hack view going on there, man. See? Does the 350 engine spin the correct way? Anybody watch a video about those? I know, Matty K. It's ruined me forever. Did you guys hear an engine start up? Because I didn't. But it's a veil, so let's just go ahead and start engine 2 from the flight deck like we would be doing it anyway. All right, number 2 is coming up. Steven says it sure does. You can watch it in a glorious 5 frames per second. Oh, great. I can hear a little bit of a bass. I can hear a little bit of a rumbling out there. That's just not cool, man.
Thank you, Delta 901 Heavy.
Okay, copy that, Delta 901 Heavy. Ramon, you were not the first to point it out. Whoever was the first, you ruined it for me. You forever ruined A330s for me. I mean, good news is hopefully we won't be flying... hopefully we won't be flying the 330 much longer. We'll be enamored by the glorious A350. All right, we got 2 Avail lights. We're going to go here, here. We're flaps 1. Do we have a flap sound? Let's see. Yeah, we got flap sounds. Flaps are config 1 plus F. All right, there we go. That looks good. Flight control check.
American
Full
421, taxiing 12 right,
neutral,
Charlie,
full left,
Harley Niner.
full right, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Auto brakes max, takeoff config is checked. That's coming up. System 1 on. Auto, no auto ATC. I guess they don't do that in Mexico. All right, so we're on 2000 squawk and Cancun traffic. Who are we? Cactus 357 Heavy, taxi 12 right. AP bleed's coming down, taxi lights coming on. Let's roll. Do I prefer this or 24? 24, man. This is 24. And to me, despite its shortcomings, it is far superior. Except I don't think my tiller is bound or working correctly. Stand by. See? Shortcomings of rudder controls tiller. Yes. No. Might be a binding issue. Let's see, which tiller is it? Cat 3 Boeing tiller. Nope, A320 tiller. Assigned. It's not assigned. Let's just go ahead and stop here real quick. Standard nose wheel steering. Check. All right, tiller's working. Just didn't have it bound. Gets me every time, man. That's one thing you got to get used to in 24 is every livery is a new flight control setup. So, but once you get it bound up, it's better 2022. Flaps are louder than the engines, I know. I do miss that Cancun scenery. The Cancun scenery we had was amazing for 2020. One of my favorite sceneries. Exceptional frame rates, really good textures, 100% almost real life. Text is pretty nice though. Let's get that tiller bound. Don't forget, if you want to maximize your immersion, Cat 3 tillers are now available through Cat 3 Design. If you want to fly your 350 with maximum immersion, build yourself a 350 cockpit, you're going to need a tiller. And tillering in 2024 is the juice. Tillering around in 2024 is the juice, I will confess. Now, some airplanes that, like the Fenix, when they do their black magic in 2020, there's really not that much of a difference. But other airplanes that rely more on the base sim, you can 100% tell immediately that 24 is superior. Alexandra Bellini, thanks for the 40 months of support. Crazy Gringo, when are we going to have podcasts? We just had a 4-hour podcast on Friday night. Come on now. A 4-hour podcast on Friday night. All right, let's do our taxi check. Takeoff config is checked. Testing. Are they on and off? Oh, forward call. Maybe they want that. I don't know why I can't get takeoff config. Or above. TARA. Do you want this on? Shaq Oatmeal in the house. My man, good to see you, dude. Red stripe on the tail needs to be a bit thinner, and it's perfect. Oh, up here you're saying? Ooh, yeah, we'll have to bring it up to Whiskey Throttle. I'm sure Whiskey will nail it. Remember, this is pre-release. It's just an early version. If we look at the cabin, it'll have a different airline cabin in there. Hazy morning here in Cancun. PKG. It was, man. You can't tell me a 4-hour stream is not essentially a podcast. Come on now. Come on now. We need more likes. 106 with 353 watching. A very low energy chat for only having 106 likes. I'll make you a deal. If you get me to 200 likes, we'll go packs off for takeoff. I normally say 250. But since you guys are super low energy, but I'm in a good mood, let's strive for 200 likes. Then we'll go packs off, and maybe we'll actually have some good sounds if we do packs off. You never know. Keep them coming, Gringo. Tanner Hoyt, thanks for the 2 months of support, my man. Appreciate you, dude. I like that little wing flex out there, looking good.
Cancun traffic, Heck Club 9901 heavy line.
What? Hat Club? Are you going to Orlando from Cancun? I am, Jay. As the title suggests, it says MMUN-KMCO. I'm a little surprised why I can't get the takeoff config to test. Am I missing something here? Everything's max. TO cabin's ready. Flight plan page is good. Transponder set. One FD2, 41 blue. Press and hold it. You have to hold it. Oh, I guess maybe. Alright, it's green now. I really hope any builds is a 330 Neo. We'll see, Simon. We'll see. I'd much rather build an L1011 instead of a 330 Neo. So we're going to have a 350. That's enough glass for me. Enough glass for me. All right, Hat Club 2-1 is departing. 15 likes for a PAX off takeoff.
Cancun traffic, Hat Club 9901, departing 12 right, departure east, Cancun.
Cancun traffic, American 471, line up and waiting runway.
So this is what
12
we're
right,
doing now,
Cancun.
changing the definition of podcasts. Ah, gotcha. Lol, come on now. Your loyal V1 nation deserves true podcasts. Lol, you're still my favorite bus captain regardless though.
Love it. Callie Simmer, thank you so much for the $10 bank angle check. I appreciate you. Miss Callie Simmer, I'm going to be sponsoring a Cafe Con Leche from Callie Simmer for the Tour de Americas segment. You're going to be juicing up after this stream. I appreciate all the support, Callie Simmer. Yeah, I mean, I don't see what's wrong with changing the definition of podcast, you know? If it once, you know, if you don't like the way it's going, and I'll change the name and everyone will be happy. I don't know why I'm getting this flicker here. That's kind of interesting. Maybe though, Callie Simmer. Maybe I'll do another podcast in the future. I want to do one with Wingnut, but he doesn't want to do one with me. He keeps ghosting me, so we'll see.
Cancun traffic, American 421.
Thanks again for the support,
runway
Callie
12
Simmer.
right,
Appreciate you.
Cancun.
Hope you're getting excited. I think you're getting ready for what? World Flight coming up next year? Or next, well, this year, end of this year. I know Zippy's been hard at work flying, getting those flows down. Callie Simmer, are you going to be at the expo this year? I do have, that is another thing. I have officially booked, well, the wife officially booked my expo tickets and, or reservation while we were driving. We were going to a event yesterday, and while we were driving, she got it all booked, talked it out, so. All right, here we go. Let's line up and wait. We got the American taxi out. Cancun traffic, Cactus 357 heavy. Line up and wait, 12 right. You can't line up and wait when you don't have air traffic control on. All right, lights coming on. That's coming on. Navs are set. Did we hit 200 likes? Oh my gosh, we did? PAX off takeoff it is then. Let me get lined up. Digital Merc says, I won't be making the expo this year. I hope you have a blast. Ah, Digital Merc, what a bummer, man. I was hoping I'd get to meet you as well. I know you've been to the last couple of expos, right? Matty K, thanks for the 18 months of support, dude. 400 views should equal 400 likes. Hit the like button. I agree. I never understood that. That must mean that there's people that just tune in that don't want to tune in. I don't know. Maybe it's like watching a train wreck. They want to tune in to see something bad happen. I'm not sure. I feel if you're going to tune in, you might as well hit the like button. All right, but you guys and gals did help me out. So let's figure out how to turn the packs off in this thing. We'll go pack 1, pack 2 is off. Maximum juice for the takeoff. Spool them up 50. Cancun traffic, Cactus 357 heavy, departing 12 right, Cancun. Should we do it from outside view? I'm not sure. Nose forward on the stick. Let's go. That doesn't sound terrible. That kind of does. All right, Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust bleu. It's a terrible lineup. I think my seat, I can't figure out my seat in this thing. 80 knots, thrust set. 100 knots, check. I feel like we're gonna auto rotate. I'm going to just let it auto-rotate. I think we are. V1? Yeah, we're auto-rotating. Rotate. Yeah, we're auto-rotating on that. Trim was way off. Positive rate, gear up, fly with. Look how slow the landing gear is. I love that on the 330. Just like a lumbering giant butter machine. All right, thrust reduction, lower the nose. The thrust climb, nav, flap 0, pack 1. No sound peck yet, man. We need one. At or below 5. We're going to have to level here. Close enough. Pack 2's coming back online. We're going to rock it up to 5. Now in the 350, I believe we could have thrust decel climb or something, right? Speed out constraint star. 4 for 5. Check. Got to level off here. We got to hit the restriction. UN-415. Cancun traffic. Cactus 357 heavy. 4 for 5 on the NODA 1 Alpha. Last call. Cancun. Right, there's
That's
the
a beautiful rotation.
I bet you did in FS9. Don't need that hate in my life. Now let's go ahead and level at 11. I think my trim, something about the weight and balance didn't seem to jive up there. All right, after takeoff checklist. Level at 5 here. All right, bleeds and packs are set. Gear is up. Speed brakes are disarmed. We're cleaned up. 250 knots at or below 5. There must be, I think the flickering has to do with maybe the livery still being a work in progress. Maybe there's like a, remember, it's still a early release livery. Because I saw something on the wing. It almost looked like the things were ghosting. Might be a livery thing that will be fixed in a final release from Whiskey. All right, here we go. Thrust, climb, climb. Up we go. Wow, what a beautiful sunrise. Look at the sun coming off the water. Nabil. Where's Nabil at? It's real life, chat. See, that sounds pretty good. Those engines spooling up. They got the right tone. They got the right tone. It just, we need more oomph. I even think, you know, an FT sim modification would be pretty good. Look at this. Can't really see all the hotels and stuff out there. They'd be over there. We're going eastbound. Look at that livery, though. You cannot tell me that livery doesn't look amazing on this bird. Come on now. Gosh, the front engine sound, though, is so not awesome. Get a little aggressive there in our pitch. Lower the nose. Pretty much straight out from here, Al. I guess we can turn the autopilot on. Let's go AP1. Autopilot 1 is engaged. Here comes 10,000 feet. Lights are coming off. Wing lights, turn off lights, strobe beacon, nav. That is on, right? Yeah, nav is on. Out of 10. Column up. Come into the box. We'll copy our active. We'll rad nav page. Nothing to change. Progress page. Let's put in our destination. KMCO. We got to put on Delta operations on COM 2. Just to make sure that we can scold anybody that needs the frequency in case of an emergency. 21.5 is set. Delta ops on 2. Looking good. I'm going to turn the sim sounds down. We're going to get a stutter here. Bring it down to cruise levels of volume. Okay, there we go. Accelerate out. You're ungeared. Table saw. I know, Canadian. So whoever brought up the engine fan blade, and then whoever mentioned table saw, you're ruining it for me. So the forward view, just not good. Not good. In the airplane, not the worst. I do not know what's going on with that flickering there. Could it be because I'm in a... It's happening on all my window sills. I'm not sure why that is. We can just sneak our way out like so. Straight line on liveries with contrasting colors is absolutely the way to go. Love the pinstripe look. Me too, John. Did I watch the final episode of Landman? I didn't, Cali Simmer. I didn't. We couldn't get the kids in bed in time, so we're still savoring it. We're savoring it. Maybe tonight. Tonight might happen. I think we're going to do Fire Pit. and then because it's a beautiful day, and then we might do a fire pit, and then do Landman. The final episode. I mentioned the antique table saw. Matty K, killing me, man. That's all right. Our eyes, or excuse me, our ears will all be relieved when we get into the Duke this afternoon. It happens on other liveries too, Mr. Saturday. All right, man. Maybe he has time of day or something. Who knows? It's because of streaming. They're doing workarounds since there is no paint kit yet. Yeah, there we go. Streaming. That is single-handedly the worst thing going for 2024. It's not that the marketplace isn't open yet. It's not that we don't have a bunch of airplanes yet. It's not that the sim is unstable, because I think the sim is actually relatively stable. It's more stable than 2020 was when 2020 first dropped. That is for sure. The only crashes I've had in the sim have been due to Navigraph. The in-game charts app and like using the EFB, those are the only crashes that I've had. They've all been linked to Navigraph through the EFB. But the cloud thing, streaming stuff through the cloud, is the worst idea ever. It's all about the money, and it's not going to get any better, I fear. I feel like it's a losing battle, and I don't know. I was talking to someone in the Discord too, and I was thinking, well, you know what? It might be one of the last sims we get that I'm even interested in, because who knows what the next version of Microsoft Flight Sim is. Everything is going to be streaming. They're going to poach all the third-party devs and pay them off and make them do add-ons that have to meet requirements of sound for Xbox. Like, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. Like, this is already pushing the limit, as great as it is, and I love it. But if they keep going this direction, that they're going to lose me. Does the stick in the real plane self-center? Yes. Captain, I'm at cruise 370. My speed began to dip below green dot and into the yellow. How do I fix that? Lower the nose. Lower the nose, Leaper. I don't know why. Or you might have been above your maximum altitude as well. It's a winning battle if you simply don't give them your money, Steven. That's not true, man. Every single PC user could stop flying the sim, and I don't think it would dent their pocketbooks. I mean, it might make a little divot, teeny tiny dent. It's just the way of the future, man. It's all these new Gen Zers want to stream everything. All right. Standards are set across the board. Cockpit looks beautiful, though. Look at that. Come on now. Come on now. X-Plane 11 version 16. Next version will double down on streaming and be a subscription. Darth, I didn't want to say it. I don't even want to say the word subscription service, but you're 100% correct. I agree. I don't think Azobo could ever reasonably afford Fenix and PMDG. Oh, yeah, they could. Everybody's got a price, my man. It all depends on... I don't even know. Everybody's got a price, dude. I guarantee you, everybody has a price. Subscription to 7.3. Well, here's the thing, and I'm very anti-subscription service, but for an airplane, hear me out, okay? If a company offers you, $5 to try it for a month, and you like it, you can keep it and buy it, or you could not. But if you do elect to buy it, it's downloaded to your PC and it's yours. I don't want to stream it, but that's not going to happen, because then there's going to be issues with probably piracy and stuff. People buying it and then just shilling it out on Pirate Bay or whatever the new version of pirating is. Because and I know we're referring to 737 Classic, but what would you guys still feel the same if it was, $5 a month, but you could buy it for $80 full price one-time purchase? Would you be upset about that? Because or say $60 you know, would you be upset about that? You can try it for $5. If you like it, you buy it for $60. Pirate Bay 2006. I don't even know what the latest pirating website is, Wingnut, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I know Wingnut was on LimeWire and Pirate Bay back in the day. I've seen your cruise video, man. I heard those tunes, freaking the Glitch Mob, and I know, dude. We're probably the same age, which is funny. Unless it's hot start, don't bother. Yeah, so it's what the problem is, and I think Steven is saying is it's going to depend on how, like, if you're going to come out and ask $120 for a 737 Classic, it better be hot start quality levels of $120. It better offer everything the Fenix has to offer and more, right? Because that is insane. I agree on the price point. It's insane. LimeWire is a massive throwback. I know, Mr. Saturday. Good old LimeWire, baby. Look at that. Classic U.S. Airways in the turn. Bank angle check. I've considered going back to 2020. I hate the 24 streamed. Ran into issue after 4-hour flight. No train was visible. Kept getting low bandwidth while I was online. Leaper, I share your frustrations. I share your frustrations, man. And while I haven't actually had that happen to me while streaming, like to y'all and whatnot, that's my fear too, is what happens if we're doing a long haul. Go back to our super long haul that we did in the 748, and we flew for 17 hours. What happens if over the ocean my internet dies for an hour? There's an internet outage. Okay, instead of being able to continue your flight with no ortho streaming, even if you're over the water, you can't fly. You get sucked out into a different screen that says you must reconnect to the internet to continue your flight. That happened to me on my home PC because one of my children decided to unplug the Starlink router. And the time it took for the Starlink to reboot up, my SIM actually crashed in that menu, like locked up. Trying to reconnect, it locked up and it just crashed. So, while it hasn't been a big issue for me, I completely agree that it is a problem. And I just don't think Azobo cares enough to fix it. I don't think they care. So, I mean, hopefully they'll be at the expo. I've never been. This is my first FS Expo. Hopefully I don't get banned from future expos. But is Adobo going to be there? I probably should start calling him Azobo. Because I'm not afraid to just come up and be like, straight up, why can't we just download the sim? Why do you force it? I mean, we all know why they want to force subscription. It's for money. It's not that it is what it is. But yeah, if we could download this sim, it'd be great, man. And then people will complain, oh, well, it's going to be a terabyte of data. It's going to be 3 terabytes. I don't care if the sim is 5 terabytes. I'll buy a 5 terabyte hard SSD. Space is cheap. I have fiber internet, 500 symmetrical. I was mad. Flew from Vancouver to Phoenix Sky Harbor, intermission, and then when I got there, the train was visible. Had to do an autoland. Jeez, dude, that's tough, man. A long haul like that is an edge case, though. They 100% won't care. And Flight Sim School, I think you're 100% correct. 100% correct. I am not on Sim Update 1 beta, Shakovic. A lot of people have said to try it out, and it's good. The only reason I didn't do it is because I'm on... trying to hack a new window view here so we can not have the flickering, y'all. The only reason I didn't do it is because I heard on the Microsoft Store version there is a potential issue trying to go to and from the beta that I could lose all my control bindings. So for that reason alone, I didn't do it. I heard if you have the install on Steam, it's much simpler to go back and forth. So that's the only reason I haven't done the beta, because it looks, from what I've seen, those that are in the beta seem to actually really enjoy it. And it's been running smoother, and their terrain has been looking better. So, oh yes. Can we get a flyby? Catco, what's going on, my man? Catco, unfortunately, we still don't have flyby cam. Might take 30 minutes to load the sim if it's 4 terabytes. Virtual flight diaries, I'll take it, man. I'll take that happily. Give me 4 terabytes. Give me a 30-minute load. It used to take my X-Plane 10 30 minutes to load. I used to start up X-Plane 11, and I'd hit launch, and then I would go, or maybe it was FSX, I can't remember. I'd go start a cup of coffee. Come back, sim's ready to go. Hit start. I'd set everything up. This was especially true on FSX. I remember this for sure. I set up all the parameters for my flight, hit fly now, and then go walk away for 10 minutes until it's all loaded in, ready to go. I don't mind doing that. I would rather do that than depend upon someone else. But I think that's the new mentality of the new generation. Everybody wants everything now. Everybody wants everything now. I want to stream it. I want it faster. I want to do this. Heck, it's the big selling point, or a big selling point, was it's going to load faster than 2020. Dude, if you use add-on linker, or you don't have a ton of add-ons, 2020 loads faster than 2024 does, than mine right now. With my limited add-ons that I have in 2024 and my limited add-ons that I have in 2020, 2024 still takes longer to load. So, we need a boomer emoji. I think so, Brian. Uh-oh, who's that? Mufa. Contact me 2455. What's that, Havana? 24. I could go for a Cubano right about now. You think this guy has a Cubano? 2455. Havana Center, good afternoon. Cactus 357 Heavy, 35.5, climbing flight level 410. Havana, oh na na. Please tell me my push to talk worked. Yes, it did. 124.55, I called him. Is the new graphics good enough for 2024? Is the new graphic good enough? What do you mean, Benny? Benny, you mean the AMD card? So far, I really haven't had any issues, Benny. And I'm curious, up until this point, so I've been
Havana Center, good
I've been
evening.
doing some
American
testing.
401 with you, pass through flight level
The only thing of this
320
stream is different than any
up.
other stream is I ran texture quality down to high. I still run ultra clouds, ultra grass tree, pretty much everything ultra. But I ran texture quality to high. I'm just curious to see what the usage would be flying the 330 for VRAM stuff.
Havana Central, Delta 23 Heavy. Sure, sorry, we are...
I don't think the flickering has to do with the texture quality. I think it's just a liver, or just a sim issue right now. There we go, that's a little bit better.
Havana Center, radio check.
He couldn't hear me either? We might be out of range. He might have pinged us too early. It's like really talking to Havana. I know, Catco. It's like contact 10 prior to entering Havana airspace. Well, they can't hear me 10 prior to Havana airspace. Jiblue, you got the flicker too? Okay. Is the 330 heavy on frame compared to the Fenix? Yes, Benny. It is, absolutely. As a member of Gen Z, I promise we didn't ask for this. I know, bruv. I can hear him now. Let's see if he can check, if I can respond. Havana, good afternoon. Cactus 357 Heavy, 38.5, climbing 410. Cactus 357 Heavy.
Cactus 357 Heavy,
This guy needs a Cubano right about now.
Squawk 3465.
Squawk 3465 for Cactus 357 Heavy. I guess I should have checked on properly with Havana Control. At least we're not over waters. I've got an RTX 3080 and I have to use auto FPS for 24.2, maintain 20 FPS or more. Well, auto FPS is... I wish I had dynamic LOD instead of auto FPS. I wish we could get that to work with 24. I don't like auto FPS because I don't want anything targeting a frame for me. I want it to target an LOD based on altitude. seems like it runs smoother. What's crazy is we've flown the 330 how many times? I've never had this window flicker issue before. It's driving me nuts. How many Conleches deep are we so far? None, Nabil, none. But I'm gonna juice up after the next.
Havana Center, American 421.
After the next for the next leg rather.
350-4370.
This was me on HF last night. Can anybody hear me? Is this thing on? Tell me y'all didn't have to monitor HF the whole way, dude.
3426, American 421.
Kelly Simmer, thanks for 33 months of support. Wow, it's been 33 months, huh, Kelly? I think it's inherently unfair because not everyone has the same level of internet, yet everyone has paid the same price for the product. You're absolutely right, Kelly Simmer. You are absolutely right. That's a great way to put it. You can do that with auto FPS, just switch from FPS to auto LOD mode. I'm going to have a tutorial then, Mr. Sat, because I can't. I looked at it, and it's still like it just looks way confusing. The auto LOD was so simple. It was like, set the altitude you want your LOD to be at, and you stacked them. Done. This has got like 427 different options and targeting system 32 and Windows.net and Bitdefender.exe. It's like, I don't know what all this is, man. Just give me the basic auto LOD. So I'm going to need a tutorial vid from Mr. Sat on this one. All right, thanks, dude. Appreciate you, Mr. Sat. Put a screenshot up.
Climb to flight level 390, American 421.
Nabil, 13 months, my man. Didn't even realize I passed 1 year. Yeah, man, time flies when you're having fun, right, Nabil? Appreciate all the support, dude. My auto FPS is set to auto and I leave it. I would try tweaking it, Leaper, unless you've already set it the way you want it and it seems to be working good, then leave it. Wingnut says we got CellCal working but no CP DLC. I got you. I don't know if I told you I had a Waters flight back in the day in a clapped out 319 where we failed the HF or failed cell call check. I'm trying to turn the sim down here. Failed cell call, so we had to monitor HF the entire way, and then of course it was that flight where we had to do a bunch of deviating for weather, and we're trying to talk to freaking radio over HF in the middle of the night and deviating. We ended up landing with 3.8 or something on the fuel, which is pretty low. High stress. Kako says I stick to my Java games on E-Bombs World. Kako, nice, dude. E-Bombs World, man, that hasn't entered my mind in a long time. Crazy. Morning V1, did you get a curved gaming monitor? I have a curved Acer, correct. I don't know what it is though. I sent it to someone in the Discord. It's a 2K curved gaming monitor. My concern with 24 is the same as Cali Simmers. I am on Spectrum Internet, so I'd have to be concerned being throttled during the long haul. Yep. Yes, Matty K, correct. But here's the thing. Most players that are playing on Xbox, they don't have the attention span to do a long haul, so they're not part of the they're not factored into the equation. So that's why Adobo probably doesn't care about that either. I think anybody that's going to commit to a 3+ hour flight, they're going to be on PC. I don't know. If you're an Xbox flyer, what's the longest flight you've done on Xbox? 4K when? I don't think it's worth it, Turk, for me. Unless I got a dedicated streaming PC and a 5090, I don't think it's worth it. To stream in 4K is so demanding. So demanding, dude. Chi-Town says 2 hours, Xbox. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's nothing against Xbox. I'm just saying I don't think you start your Xbox, you fire up your Xbox to go to start a flight and let it run for 12 hours. You just don't do that, right?
Havana Center.
Oh, that's not a
American 404, climbing 370 for 390.
See, Chi-Town, you do short hops, and I think generally speaking, most people do. Even PC simmers, the majority do short hauls, but the long haul people on PC, are really getting the short end of the stick. They're the most diehard of the bunch. You know, I don't even like long hauls, to be honest with you. The Fight Factor Glazer himself on the radio. I know, I heard the American 404s. He's flying the 777 Flight Factor. Still no VNAV. Got to say it for PC. Chi-Town, hey man. Or Chi-Town, I'm assuming Chicago. When you do make that jump to PC, I think you're going to absolutely love it. I haven't talked to anybody who hasn't made the jump. It's like, oh, I would rather play on Xbox. I think Xbox is great because it's a broader audience, right? And people get it interested. And then if they are really interested and they commit to PC simming, it's like a whole new world, man. Whole new world. I'm on PC, and even my airliner flights fall in the 1 to 1.5 hour range, usually. Long hauling next weekend, though. Yep, I think we're going to have a lot of long hauls next weekend. Ooh, we see the cons up there from, I think there was that Delta in front of us. Gosh, the sound. I want to park the camera in front, but the sounds are just so suboptimal from the front view.
About Center American 404, flight level 390.
Microsoft should offer 2 versions for 24, online and offline. I wish, man. Even if, Leaper, even if the offline version was just a base ground situation, you know? Very similar to how 2020 was when you lost internet connection, right? You lost all your photogrammetry and you just had whatever orthos you had. Even if that was the base layer that you could download to prevent you from being kicked out of your cockpit when you lose connection, that would be a huge step in the right direction. I don't understand how PCs can struggle with frames, but an Xbox can run the sim no problem. That is a good question. And I think a lot of it has to do with, I think the higher fidelity aircraft, they aren't that deep on Xbox, but then I think PMDG's on Xbox, right? So then I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Is Xbox just all VRAM? Somebody said that the 330s are extremely well optimized on Xbox. And I can fly them now with my XTX, and I will enjoy this airplane a lot if we get a decent sound pack for it, because I do like the 330. I love this livery. I think it's a cool airplane. I like how it's more of a lumbering giant, right? The 350 is much more snappy, much more, I don't want to use the term fighter-like, but it's much more sports car-like compared to the 330. The 330 is like a lumbering giant truck box with wings. And I like that characteristic about the 330, and I think I did a pretty good job with it. But it doesn't run very well. It's not very well optimized, that's for sure.
Squad 3460, American 404.
I guess Andre's right. The Xbox graphics are definitely reduced compared to PC. That's also going to help out Xbox optimization. Callie Simmer says, I don't think Xbox long haul was feasible unless you sat there the entire time because the controller would go to sleep, which would pause the sim. That's very interesting, Callie Simmer. Yeah, I never even thought about that. Never even thought about that. Microsoft is struggling with Xbox sales. I bet that's why they're pushing stuff for it. Probably. I mean, you just look at the online threads, dude, Turk. Like, everything is about career mode, it seems like. Like, all the people are complaining about career mode this, career mode that, and I think that is the majority of I think a lot of Xbox users are probably intrigued in the career mode and the progression and really gamifying the sim. And I'll be the first to tell you that I really enjoy career mode. I think it's fun. It's a unique challenge. You set up your career, but then I want more. Like, I want career mode with my add-on airplanes. I want career mode with the Dukes. I want career mode with the Piaggio P180. I want to be able to pick what aircraft, and I want it to be part of the sim. I don't want to have to go out and spend money on a third-party, quote-unquote, career mode manager. It just doesn't seem right. You know, I want it to be part of the sim. If the 330 is that, what is the 340?
Yeah, we're good here at 390.
I don't know, Mavacious. I don't know. Been hearing a lot of 2024 backtracking lately. Felis 742 stream when? Oh, dude, don't worry, man. I don't think we'll be flying X-Plane anytime soon. This sim is still the juice. Let me get a little hack window view. Come on now. Come on now, Steven. The juice right here. How do you like the Iceland Air? I like the Iceland Air liveries, yeah. Versus the old one. What's the old? What's the new one? I know the old one with like the. Didn't it have like the blue and gold? There's one more awful thing about the disconnect string. If the internet connection manages to back quick before a sim crash, it will resume paused. Ask me how I know. Oh wow, Mr. Saturday. It resumes paused. Wow. Crazy. There should be an assistance level with career mode, route planning for high assistance, no planning for 0. Yeah, that would be cool, Team Vodka. I mean, most people, dude, the amount of complaints coming out saying people didn't have enough fuel for career mode, I was laughing because you have to plan fuel. Like, they want you to make decisions, and I'm sure they're going to nerf that. And I'm sure they're going to nerf what airports you can go. I feel like the airports have already been slightly nerfed. Like, I used to find those tight dirt strips that were really pushing the limits of the PC-12. Really don't see many of those anymore. So I don't know if they've pushed some updates and behind the scenes here. It's like, well, that unless it's a 8,000 foot paved runway, we're not going to allow them to take a medium category airplane there. It's like, really? I think all airports should be open, and you should be forced to plan, okay, well, here's a route that pays a lot. Let me look at the destination. Let me look at the runway condition. Is it a paved runway or runway surface? Is it paved, dirt? What is it? What's the length of it? Okay, is there approaches to it? Like, that's what I want. I don't want that all to be decided for me and I have to go down the rules of... It's like playing Battlefield 3 on Operation Metro. Like, I don't want to be forced down the same 2 entryways and just be a meat grinder. Like, I want to be able to go flank outside. That's why first-person shooter games back in the early aughts were the best. Dude, wide open maps. If you could go all the way around, flank somebody, you sit up and spawn kill everybody for the entire match. That was great. Guess what? If you don't want it, protect your flank. But no, they have to now, everything that comes out is nerfed, and they bring in, everybody's got to go here, or you can't go here. Oh, you're out of bounds. You can't go that way. You can't flank the enemy. You need to go right through the main door where the PKM is set up. No, you can't flank around. That's off limits. Taking you back to Operation Metro. The BF3 was fun, man. I had a lot of fun with that.
360.
Zippy says, for the Tour de Americas, we have 7,500 pounds of spare parts. Not enough for a full aircraft, so no crashing. All right, we're not going to crash today, Zippy. I'm going to try to spin up a REM logo emoji. Arma Reforger when? Dude, Oscar, I keep seeing Faviano playing that. I've been very tempted. They should have a Barry Seal career mode, aka BS Logistics. I think they should just, I'll have to talk to the career guy there. Be like, hey, do you guys need a SME on how to make a proper career mode here? Let's unnerf this. You're playing Battlefield 4 as we speak. Nice, dude. Squad and Ready or Not for the win. Yeah, Squad is good. Dude, I remember playing Squad. I haven't played Squad in so long. I played it the day it became available to the public. The game is completely different. I haven't played it in, I don't know, over a year now. But it used to be even better. When it first came out, it was some of the best, first-person shooting we had. I don't know how it is now, but I feel like things are a little bit more condensed, but compared to when it first came out. Ready or Not is okay. I played it with Wing. Ready or Not is legit with Big Sim. Isn't ending. Is SIG all over the place. Listen, it's fine, but we can never complete the mission because little ISPs over here waxing civilians. Yeah, I think Squad has kind of has been going downhill.
Right over to Unicom for Delta 9901 Heavy. Have a good one. Thanks for ATC today.
Looks like we're on some sort of an edge of a possible frontal boundary here. You can see, I'm going to go over here. It's going to be clear skies here pretty soon. Once we get up a little further, I might set up real time. Since it's going to be midday anyway, we might as well fly in real time. Go ahead for Cactus 357.
56, radar service terminated, no other ATC, change to advisory frequency, 122.8.
Over to 122.8. Thanks for the ATC for Cactus 357 Heavy. Oh, I switched the freak before I clicked the mic, like a 250-hour pilot. It's kind of a cool view right here. Arma 2 was pretty good. I liked Arma 2. I don't know. Raven 6 still pretty hard to beat, and the SWAT 4. The original SWAT 4 was pretty good. Stechkov Syndicate, whatever it was. Is it me or the stream just cut out? Man, I sure hope the stream didn't just cut out. Unless I cut the volume. Flight planning career mode, better ain't no snowflake territory. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm still alive. Operation Flashpoint. Yep, Mickey, how about this? Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising. It feels like career mode is being made for the beginner to get them into flight sim, which is fine, but it's doing a poor job of giving them all the skills they need to actually accomplish missions. Yes, flight sim school. And that's why, I mean, it's so close to being awesome. There's so many things about 2024 that are so close to being awesome, and who knows, maybe in time, right? It's still early. Shoot, the sim hasn't even been out 6 months yet, right? So who knows, maybe in the future by 2026 when the sim is fully matured, it might be really, really good because it's so close, man. There are so many things that make it so close to being awesome. The streaming on 24 is what keeps you back. Yeah, I know, Ninja Man. I think that's what keeps a lot of people back. But long hauls aside, we're going to be finding out here real soon when we start doing long hauls with the 350. Long hauls aside, I haven't really had any issues with the sim, okay, as far as crashing or being disconnected. So we're going to see more here as time goes on and as the INI 350 drops. We'll see if it really is an issue or if it's just a fear that we're all propagating. But I do believe it's a valid issue, a valid concern. Digital Merc, I did see that F-28 coming soon. I am so super excited. Did you see the cockpit pictures of the F-28? Lighting looks so much better. It looks crisper. I cannot wait for the F-28 to hit 24. Flashpoint was fun. Joint operations, Typhoon Rising. All right. The greatest of all time. Let's go all the way back. Delta Force Land Warrior. Delta Force 2. Delta Force Black Hawk Down. Thousands of hours on Delta Force Black Hawk Down. Dragon, was it Joint Operations was cool, but just kind of meh. OG first-person shooter games for me, anyway. I'm back new. I have no clue what happened. Internet randomly failed for 2 minutes. Interesting. Well, good thing you weren't flying, or else you would have been booted from your sim. Is there a max altitude per SOPs? No, it depends on the aircraft and the airframe. Now, unless there was a self-imposed SOP, I don't know why there would be, but it's airframe limitation. Southwest, the 7.3 can go above 40. All Airbuses, narrow-body, 398 here in the U.S. I never got into Tarkov, Wingnut, never got into Tarkov. SWAT 3, yep, SWAT 3 was good. All right, no. The best one, then. How about this? America's Army 2.0. Not the what it is now. What it is now, it doesn't even look like the same thing. But the OG America's Army Proving Grounds, I think, was it Proving Grounds? Or 1.5, AA 1.5. I think there's like an AA 1.5 assist that you can do now. You talk about strategy. There was a refinery map. Nothing was off limits. camping was allowed because, believe it or not, defending is actually camping. So, you know, you didn't really get mad at people for camping because that was defense. And you had an assault team and a defending team. You would spend like an hour assaulting an objective. All PvP. It was great, man. I like the Caesar map, was my favorite. That began your obsession with the Mark 12. Yes, on Hospital. Wingnut, was it on Hospital? The first time I saw that, I think that was the first time I used the Mark 12 in a first-person shooter, was on the Hospital map. I saw a guy had the Mark 12. I'm like, what? I'm really looking forward to the Bluebird 7.5. Me too, man. My only concern with the Bluebird, it's not even a concern, it's just a personal sadness that I feel, is they're dedicating to 2020 release first, which it is what it is. I just think that unless they're closer than I may think, we're getting ready to go over Key West. This is pretty cool. Let's take a look at Key West down there. Key West. And then there's the Wingnut Naval Air Station over there. Unless they're much closer to releasing than I would imagine, I wish they had like at least starting some work on 2024, because, you know, who knows, by that time, what if all the PMDG stuff is on 2024? What if all the Fenix is already on 2024, but we're gonna have the 350 on 24, have all these airplanes that are, all the Just Flight stuff is on 2024. It's like, is that going to be the only thing we're going to go back to for the 7.5? Which I will. I mean, I will no doubt go back to 2020 for the 7.5. Pretty much the only reason why I have it on my sim. But I found the boxes to my old Micropost flight sim, F-15 Strike Eagle. Yep, I had that. I had Jane's F-18, Jane's F-15. I had U.S. Navy fighters on MS-DOS. That was wild. What aircraft do I fly? Airbus narrow body, man. 19, 20, and 21 right now. That's what I'm on. I distinctly remember nades going far and doing a lot of damage. Some guys figured out then it would get 6 spawn kills with the nade. Yeah, 2003. Yeah, man. I remember guys would figure out that you could literally spawn in on the bridge map, and with the 203, if you aimed at just the right spot, you could nuke the... It was like artillery coming down on the opposing team as they were running to their bridge. Spent years of my life in Combat Flight Sim 2. Yes. Was that the one, Wingnut, where the intro... Hold on. Oh, I'm scared to look it up. I don't want it to crash the sim. Combat Flight Sim 2 intro, where it's the pilot in the... he wakes up and... hold on. And at the very end, there's that jet thing, whatever that thing's called. Let's see. Combat Flight Sim 2. Or was that Flight Simulator 3? That might have been Flight Simulator 3 intro. Let's see. Oh yeah, Combat Flight Simulator 2 was older. That's right. Yeah. I didn't play this one. I spent 3. Combat Flight Simulator 3 intro. Here we go.
This is Red One.
I wonder if I get copy strike for this. I don't know. It's worth watching. Hold on. It's worth watching.
This is Red One. Tom Riggle, 5th 20 miles northeast of Liège. My plane's on fire, losing power. I'm not sure what's after me. Like some kind of jet-powered bat hell. She's going down. Behind enemy line. Going down, I gotta bail out.
Battle for Europe. This, I spent years of my life in this. Doing long-range bomber missions. Dude, you're flying 3 hours one way? It was incredible.
What happened?
Look at the graphics. Dude, at the time, I was like, this is real life. Sierra Pro Flight? Key 6. I had Sierra. Didn't Sierra have a bass fishing? I had Sierra Golf and Sierra Bass Fishing. Oh, SOCOM Navy SEALs was epic. Career Trap. Yeah, 100%. Chat, Mr. Saturday. Chat, this was real life back then. It's certified boomer hour. stream. Sorry, Steven. I guess I got to get it out now because we're going to find the 350 soon. Everyone's going to be wanting to see. We're going to have to stay much more up to times. But let me reminisce for a minute here, Steven. Goodness. I love the 7.5, but I moved to 24 now. I won't be buying it until it's released on 24. 2020 is dead to me. Hamish, my man. I'm very close.
Am I?
Very close.
So we're agreed then, gentlemen. We attack the bridge at Liège tomorrow.
A bridge
We
attack.
take out that bridge, we can cripple the enemy offensive. We'll send thunderbolts from the 405th Fighter Group.
I literally
Those
thought
boys
this was
can do
real
the
life
job.
when this came out.
Come on, Bobby, get the lead out. We don't want to keep the enemy waiting. Right behind you, Captain.
The problem is when you had trailers like this, I always thought, why doesn't my sim look like this? I was like, wait, the textures look different. Their textures look better. So it was fake, false marketing.
Red 2 is ready. Okay, Red 2, let's hit that bridge.
Classic intro first Graybeards. What's up, Brian?
When I'm clear, you follow. I don't know where he came from, but let's take him out. Split up, get below him. I'll go high. I don't see him. I can't shake him, he's locked on.
Sounds are about
Red
the
2, I'll
same.
get him off your tail. He's tearing me up. I can't hold. Bobby, no! You dirty son.
I know the explosions in this sim were pretty dang good, actually, for the time. Bobby.
We're getting hammered.
Did he do a rocket attack on the bridge? HVARs. Can they copyright a video from... I'm sure they could. You know how hard that was? Hey, he flew through the debris field. You're not supposed to do that, right, Wingnut? What is that thing called? What's the name of that airplane again? Not a Vulcan. Is it what is the name of that airplane? That's why they needed to disclose not actual gameplay. I know. Oh, man. Good old days, man. Good old days. Something 229. Gotha 229 Wingnut? Is that really what it is? Gotha 229? Yeah, the Flying Wing. The Flying Wing. Horton Ho? Horton Ho 229. Crazy, man. Good old days. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Speaking of Microsoft DOS, I'm old enough to where I was happy with my 20 megabyte hard drive. I thought, wow, this is lit. I know it, Callie. Look at that nice water down there, though. Come on, that water looks juice. Looks some old sea traffic down there. FSX textures up here at altitude. Probably need the beta to have a little better water textures at altitude. That looks good, though, right there. Come on, man. Back in my day emoji. We need a back in my day emoji and a real life emoji. Yeah, the ME262. That's right. When is TOD coming up soon? Oh, let's see. Auto ATC. Oh, Miami Center advises to send and maintain 13,000. Well, they advise. Are we required? Miami's not online. Alright, let's see where we're at. We're only 211 miles out. Why is our tracks all wrong? Manual to Fesha, Prague, Perf, next phase, next phase. I'm going to need some weather. Let's see if we can't pull it up from this here. Let's go dashboard. Let's refresh the old Orlando. Winds are 040 at 4, 10 miles and clear. 040 at 4, 10 miles clear. Temperature 17 and 3023. 17 30.23. ILS 35 right. Let's set up for an auto land because I don't want to pull out Navigraph and crash my sim. So we'll set up for an auto land, but I'm going to hand fly it probably. Vodka and I are doing a wing flex check before TOD. I have wing flex on both wings. AJ, thanks for the $3 super chat. But courtesy of, I think it was Infian, somebody gave me the, it's like you got to get this mod first. It gets wing flex on both engines, or both, excuse me, both wings. All right, looking at the arrival, I don't know why I don't have any UTC times. Is it because there's a disco in there? That shouldn't cause there to be a disco there. Or Hana, then manual leg to Fesha. Let's clear the disco. Not allowed. Okay, so let's clear the manual segment. And then let's clear you. Now it's going to give us UTC times. All right, that's incorrect, but we'll link them up. That is set. We'll get our LS push buttons up and running. Constraint mode is still on. TOD is in another 60 miles. If we descend via, it looks like the bottom. We got to go back to plan mode here real quick. Outer below 23, 21 and 19, rides at 6, Hana at 6,000. So we will set 6,000 feet for the bottom altitude. $6,000 set. TOD is still about 40-ish miles out. As we approach South Florida and Miami off the right-hand side, the Everglades down there. Everglades looking pretty good. Pretty good down there. I tell you what, let's go real time so everything matches. Live weather, live time. Ooh, extra bright. Hopefully it doesn't change where we're at here. Everything looks fine. You're team gray or gray? I don't know. Gray or gray? G-R-E-Y? I don't know. What's this? Miami Center descend via the rides to arrival. Yes, I will. No separation services provided. Thank you. I can figure that out since I filed the rides. I will set the bottom altitude and descend via when I reach top of descent. Thank you, AIATC. All right. Everglades looks good from 10,000 feet. No snakes. I know, Terry. Matty K, I agree. I don't like the auto ATC, but who knows, man. Between auto ATC and the way Iveo Premium is going, or actually the way VATSIM is going, with auto ATC and CTAF and the way Microsoft is going with downloading and streaming everything, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in this career field, man. Who has the juicy, accurate Airbus planes? Almost got the 340 from Latin VFR. Not them. Better spend on other devs. Yes, Cody. Get the Fenix. If you want the best Airbus money can buy yourself the Fenix Airbus for either 2020 or 2024. Now, granted, you're not going to be able to just hop in and Control E and conquer the world. You're going to have to know how to fly it. So, but the Fenix is the best Airbus money can buy. I was curious, I know you're flying a 330, but I have a 320 question. What's the purpose for a pack? That's the pneumatic air cycle kit. That's how we get air conditioning into the cabin. Think of it as a reverse turbo, almost. Or, I guess technically, a regular turbo. FS Labs. Get out of here, Canadian. Ain't nobody got time for that. I smashed a 319 doing a flaps 3 last night. Why would you do a flaps 3 and a 319? You deserved every bit of that foot per minute landing, Vodka. Have I not taught you any better? What led you to the decision to land flaps 3 at a 319, my man? Just to do it? Want a peace of mind from you, which was more accurate. You're awesome. Hey, man, appreciate you. It's just my opinion, though. Plenty of people out there think I'm completely full of it, which is fine. Maybe we need a V1 run ATC environment. Key 6. Can we buy... I've actually thought about... It's like, man, we should just buy that sim, revamp it. I have so many good ideas, man. There's so much stuff that's like just, I don't know if it's trending the wrong direction or just, I don't know, man. It's getting away from what brought everybody to the hobby in the first place, you know, between streaming sim platforms and AI, ATC. I don't know. You convert him to the Flap 15 club? Yeah. Flap 15 simulations. You can check them out if you want to learn how to land the 737 Flaps 15. Did you get banned from VATSIM? I did, yes. I did. I would pay good money for a flight sim developed by V1. Well, I couldn't develop a flight sim. No way, man. But I would like to be a part of the, I don't know, the theories team. Whoever, like, comes up with these ideas. Because you can't tell me that not a single person at Adobo was like, you know, what happens if they're streaming the whole sim, they're doing a 15-hour flight and the Indy build's 350, and they get booted from their airplane and they can't continue the flight, and they wake up the next morning and their sim is still paused. Nobody thought of that? Or somebody did think of that and they were like, nah, who cares about them? We want the money for streaming services. The latter, in my opinion, is probably more likely to what happened. Step 1, stop leaking everything. How about step 1A, stop ratting everything? Subject matter expert, there you go. That's what I want, Flight Sim School. Project manager, yes. Step 2, profit, there is no step 3. Mo Aviator, what's going on, my man? Good to see you, dude. Here in Brazil, normal landing Airbus Flap 3. U.S. Airways used to be normal landing Flaps 3 all the time as well. But if you ask the guys at Toulouse, Flap 3 was abnormal, i.e. Flap 3 landing push button on the overhead. We're 10 minutes, let's see, we're 10 out. We'll start down at 5 prior, so a few more miles, we'll juice up the sounds, and we'll start down. I'm more of an idea guy. Yeah, that's the easy part. I was like spitting out ideas. I hope you will fly the Queen of the Sky again. DF, I absolutely intend to. PMDG 747 will be all I fly for about a month. What's CTAF MCO, American 232? It's .CTAF KMCO. There's an American trying to type in CTAF. All right, down to 6,000 feet. We're coming down. Let's juice up the sim sounds here. 24.3. Thank you. It's an American trying to figure out the command. I love it. All right. We got LS push buttons on. 6,000 is set. 19 magenta. Thrust descent. Descent nav. We are looking good. Config 3 is quieter, more fuel efficient. It's more fuel efficient. Is it quieter? I guess. In theory. Until you smash it. V1, PMDG 747 will be the only plane I fly for a month. V1 next day. All right, guys. Welcome to the Turbine Duke stream.
Arrival is just over corn right now. At flight level 330.
Okay, well, the Turbine Duke stream, we'll have to continue.
Orlando.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to tour Day Americas all the way down south in the Piston, and then America's Day Tour going all the way north in the Turbine Duke. EasyJet Night Ops SOP, I'm just the messenger. Oh, yeah, go figure. It'd be some funky, like, EASA thing. I mean, the whole reason that we have the FOP vent ports on our wings now is because noise. European noise complaints. So you get rid of that howling sound a little bit. All right, I guess we'll tune into Orlando, 24.3. Let's see, what time is it? 1 o'clock. Perfect. I think Tour de Americas, I was at 2:30, and then I scheduled it at 3. I might move it back to 2:30. We'll see here. I had to shorten this route up. That's why I shortened this one up, because I didn't want to push Tour de Americas back too long. Orlando with traffic, which makes no sense. Cactus 357 Heavy, 35.3, descending on the rides. We'll be setting up for the ILS 35 ride, Orlando. No, FOP, that fuel over protection port flaps, wing nut. So the overpressure protection holes, surely you have them on the 7.3. The little holes under the fuel there, so if it overpressurizes, it would blow out that hole. Well, it's like a beer bottle, right? When you blow over the top of it, you go, whoo. So what EASA started requiring was that you have to put this little tab in front of the hole to disrupt the airflow so it doesn't whistle at you at certain angles of attack. Tell me you have no time on, you have nothing else to do with your life without telling me you have nothing else to do with your life.
Traffic Southwest 4437, come to 2,000 pound call, Orlando.
So like the,
Orlando traffic, UPS 2344 across.
that sound, that's my Topo Chico
left
bottle.
and 36
I
right
have
on
to put a
Bravo
little
10, Orlando.
flap over that so it disrupts the airflow so it doesn't happen. I remember my first landing in the 320 flap 3. I'd spent 3 years on the 767. I smashed hell out of the Airbus on the runway. I really thought I had to break something in the back. Oh, man. Not good.
Traffic, JetBlue 94, A321. We're coming out airside 3 on Echo 2, taxiing to runway 35 left, Orlando.
She's riding that econ descent window all the way down on the red line with the seatbelt sign on. So bright. That's why Canada's king. Planes can make all the sound they want. Yes, you do have some noisy planes up there in Canada still, don't you? The 320 sucks flap 3. 321 is a dream landing flaps 3, although you're moving at an escape velocity. Yeah. The only time I'll do flaps 3 landing is for wind shear, and I'm concerned about the performance when I go around. It's the only time I do flaps 3s now. Even if it's super windy, or just like super windy, gusty, but there's no wind shear being reported, it's just kind of just rough. I still like flaps full better. But if there is any question at all, Vegas, summertime, wind shear, 321, we do a flaps 3. Denver, wind shear, flaps 3, smoke the brakes, probably going to happen. A CFM flap 3 sucked even more. What is that, like 10 degrees of flaps? Yeah, I can imagine. If you already mentioned this, what's your opinion of the Unibuild 330? I have been flying it a lot lately. Crazy Eyes, I enjoy it. I'm just, the sounds, man. We need a sound pack. If we had a sound pack for this airplane, it would be one of my top 5 favorite planes to fly. Because I love the 330. I like its uniqueness. I like the quirkiness of how slow things happen, whether it's the flaps, the gear extension, retraction. It flies like a truck. Like, I like those features, and I think Unibuilds did a good job on it. But they're restricted in what they can do with audio. So if we can get a third-party sound pack for it, it's very detailed for a default airplane. I mean, it's pretty incredible what is simulated for a default airplane. I mean, we've taken default airplane to a whole nother level. You think back to the FSX days with default aircraft, where you had, you know,
Orlando traffic,
maybe 2 pages of the FMC modeled and a few buttons modeled. Right. It's crazy, man. It's just, like Vodka says, it's a 320 in slow motion, but faster. Yeah, and you can go higher. So, we did the approach into Kitech. I built the entire approach in the box using PVDs and rad nav. So all the basic features that you need are there. You can open cowlings. It even has it doesn't have maintenance, I don't think, on this one. The 300 has maintenance. But still, I mean, it's got EFB. It's got a lot of great things for it. A lot of great things going for it. I do like it. I just wish we had a better sound pack. That's all. It's my only negative, really. Modeled FMC and FSX default, and just remember Garmin. Yeah, I think you're right. It didn't even have it. You're right, Matty K. It was just the G1000, Garmin GPS, rather, on a 738 2D pop-out. Interesting, Boeing recommends flaps 3 for wind shear so the engines are spooled up higher on approach. Really? But wouldn't that be... How does that happen? Because at flaps 40, don't you need more power to maintain VAP at flaps 40 instead of flaps 30? I don't know. Boeing doing weird things, I guess. All right, here comes a restriction. 21 and 19. We're looking spot on. Built the whole Kitech approach and didn't follow it and almost ended up flying into an apartment building. That's because AJ and Infian and Turk all were saying I was in the wrong spot. They are all dead to me, and I refuse to talk to any single one of them ever again. I was perfectly fine. I started reading the chat. I'm going to have to start closing the chat box on approach. Oh, flap 30 versus 15. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess. Well, that makes sense because flap 30 is more drag than lift, and flaps 15 is all lift, so you would have less thrust with more lift. That makes sense. I vectored myself off the IGS because of you, AJ. You're dead to me, saboteur. Boris, please make a 330 sound pack. Flight Sim guy, if Boris dropped a 330 sound pack, I think it'd be more popular than the PMDG 737 sound pack. I love his 737 sound pack. I cannot wait for the PMDG aircraft to make it to 2024. I've been missing, I will admit, I've been missing a little 737 action. I'm missing it. I just can't bring myself to 2020. 2020 is so flat to me now. It's just benign. It's like, everything feels the same. Everything feels mechanical. I feel like I'm ice skating unless I'm in the Fenix. Everything else feels like I'm ice skating on the ground. But it runs smooth and it's more optimized. There's got that going for it for sure. All right, 30-aught set. Nope. Why did you go back? It's not 29 or 9 or 2. What's the meter down here? 3023. Why isn't Magic Barrel Ref working? I gotta be through 17.5. You're gonna do the Airbus thing here. Yep, 3012 is set. 3012. 3012 once, twice, and thrice.
Traffic UBS 2344 lining up runway 35 left at Delta Atlanta traffic.
Live weather is on. Yep, live weather's on. It just wanted to go through 17.5 first.
Orlando traffic, Southwest 1025, short final, 35 right, Orlando.
I wish Boris did a 350 sound pack. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody wants Boris to do sounds. I mean, everybody would want a Boris sound pack. I don't think there's been, short of the Fenix 320, I do not think there's an airplane in flight simulation that couldn't benefit from a Boris sound pack. I don't know. Just Flight stuff's pretty good, man. The 146s and the F-28s are very solid. I'm sure he could put a little bit more detail to it, but I mean, they are pretty dang good. Let me just put it this way. It's rare to have an airplane from a dev that does not benefit at all from a third-party sound pack. Whether they have good sounds or decent sounds out of the box is one thing. They still can benefit from a good third-party sound pack. The Fenix, man, I think it's spot on. What about the Duke? He also did, yeah, that's the thing. He did the Dukes, yep. He did the Dukes, did the Piaggio, the Vision Jet. I just want Boris to make a Fenix sound pack that adds sounds to the back when I open the cockpit window. I feel like there's a simple code change. I hate the Fenix remove that. Oh, you mean hearing like passengers? Yeah, when you add sounds back to the open window cockpit. I'm not sure, Matty K. I don't think I ever experienced what
2344
talking about.
Now 35 left to the north, Orlando traffic.
The 350 sounds great in streams and videos. Yeah, I've seen a few clips of it in that long stream they did. It does sound pretty good. I need Boris to start working on the 145 sound pack. No. We need Boris to start working on the 747 sound pack. That's all we need. 747 sound pack from PMDG.
Orlando traffic, southwest 1025, clear of 35 right, Orlando.
Yeah. Let's see, 116. We're looking good.
Find the traffic. I don't know heavy coming on the ride, setting for
Orlando traffic, Cactus 357 heavy, 12,900 on the rides. Just over, just outside of rides for the ILS 35 ride, Orlando traffic.
Orlando traffic, UPS 2344, clear of 35 left, Orlando traffic.
Alright, he's clearing down to Orlando. 300 likes, you guys are awesome. You can get 330 likes for 330. Which PMDG 74 is releasing Mo Aviator? They're doing the classic. 200, 100, and I think a 400. But I think it's going to be. Let me put it this way. I may or may not even still be around as a channel by the time those airplanes release, I think. Before you could open the Fenix window and hear wind, GSX ground crew engines, so now you open it at 0 sound change. Still sounds like Silka. Oh, really, Matty K? I wonder why they changed that. That is weird. Maybe it had to do with performance? I know you will be sad, but I got a first interview for an airline coming up next month. Oh no, Canadian. You're leaving the turboprop? Where? Can you say who? Probably don't want to. Can you say what type of airplanes they have? Well, it's either what? It's either Air Canada or Air Transat, right? Or Noir. I think we only have like 3 or 4 airplanes. Or 3 or 4 airlines in Canada. Airlines, I should say. Why wouldn't I be around? Man, I don't know. It's 3-4 years from now, dude. That's a long time. Still be doing flight. I don't even know if flight sim will be a thing in 3 or 4 years, man. The way it's going, we'll see. WestJet Porter. I'll have 4 kids running around like banshees. All right, lights coming on. Let's go ahead and select speed. Speed 250. We'll activate confirm at a 10,000 feet. Activate confirmated at a 10. Hana, 6,000 feet. 210 knots. Roger Wilco. Aerosoft CRJ is getting an update soon. Good timing. Flip a CRJ and then they're like, oh, maybe we should update our CRJ. We get some more sales. We'll make an AI V1 sim to keep the legacy going.
5 left for departing traffic at box.
A Boeing 737-800 MAX. Uh-oh. WestJet or Air Canada, right? That's awesome, dude. Well, hope you crush it. Keep us advised. Come on, Captain. After all we've been to. Oh, I'm not. I mean, it just seems so far away, dude. Who knows, man? Tomorrow's not guaranteed, Alex 5150. That's why you gotta enjoy every day. We're really catching this guy. Who's this American in front of us? Hey, American, are you on the rides going to Orlando?
Yeah, we're going 250 knots. You're like a mile behind me.
All right, no worries. We'll pull it back 210 now.
Thank you, sir.
Atlanta traffic, Southwest 1025.
Oh yeah, there's flare.
Left at Foxtrot.
I'm gonna feel bad for the controllers on VATSIM once the 350 releases because there's a few that won't know how to operate it. True, but I mean, I think the Airbus is it's pretty. It's a lot easier to operate than say a classic airplane. I think it'll be fine. Eddie, I know, man. We've had a lot of it, dude. It's been crazy to see the journey on this channel. Like, I remember Sam. You see him in the Discord every now and then, or comes on channel live. I remember when he was like still doing or just getting into flight training, right around when the channel started, and then now he's out. He's an airline pilot. He's a captain now. I actually had lunch with him a couple months ago. He had an overnight. Actually, we had a. Oh, I had an overnight where he lives and. Went out and got some lunch with him.
American 421 on the ride.
I've seen people go from no time at all to airline pilots. I know Shaq's in training. I know same with Boris. Let's give him 200 here. We'll go 200 on the speed. But yeah, it's awesome, man. I love seeing the progress. You're gonna have some juicy times getting into DLS later. Digital work. Uh oh, what's the weather like? Right now we're set up for 3-5 right.
Okay, we're gonna go for the left so we can do a little parallel without space out.
Sounds good, man. Thanks. All right, we're pulling it back to 200. Flaps 1. Speed checks. Flaps 1. Area is under flood advisory to heavy rains. Excellent, Digital Merc. Now that is what I'm looking forward to, my man. That's exciting. Do I fly for an airline in real life? I do, Adam. Alright, so he's breaking off for the left side transition. So we'll just maintain 200 knots here, flaps 1. Tiller cam's coming up. We'll get flight recorder ready. Alright. There's that Merkin on the parallel. Gosh, that looks amazing. V1 streams got me through how would you handle in all my airline interviews. Well, this fake pilot streamer guy said. That's funny, dude. If you shut down this channel, it'll be incredibly sad. Better save a members barbecue at the. Better have a members barbecue at the V1 HQ or something. Uh oh, where's my sim locked up? Oof. Huh? Huh? What's happening? What's happening? We survived. I don't think I'll be. Zippy, I don't plan on shutting it down anytime soon. I don't have any plans to shut it down. But it just, when I think of how long it's going to take for a PMDG 74 to come out, I think I'll either be retiring from real world flying. I won't be into flight sim anymore because it'll be all streaming and super lame, or I'll be dead. That's my mental timeline of seeing a 74, and I think that's only because I want it so bad. Same thing happened to you, Mo. Yeah, I don't know. That was a hard lock up there, but we're good. It recovered. What replay? I'm using flight recorder. FSS might have CFS. A custom FMS by then. You're right, AJ. AJ might be flying the FSS E-Jet before the PMDG 74 drops. Oh, we were supposed to descend down. Uh-oh. 3,000 open descent break. Oh, we are higher than the van full of hippies now, chat. We screwed this up. Gear down. Goodness. I'm over here looking out the window, enjoying the view. We might have to go around. We're going to set 1,600. I don't think we're going to make this. Orlando traffic Cactus 357 heavy. Just turned final 35 right. Orlando. Yep, we are going to be going around on this one. I can just about guarantee you that. Speed checks, flaps 2. Come on, baby. Speed checks, flaps 3. I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think this is going to happen. Flaps full. No way. No way. Gosh dang it. No way. Well, let's see how a missed approach handles. Let's do an intermediate missed approach. Cactus 357 heavy, cancel approach clearance, maintain 4,000, fly runway heading. Alright, so 4,000, what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to set forward, we're going to go Toga, back to climb, thrust climb, open climb, nav, 4,000. Let's pull for open descent, down to 4. Let's select speed. We're going to speed up here. Now, this is weird, there's no positive rate because we're descending. But we're going to bring the gear up. Flaps 3. This is a really weird clearance because I just said, yeah, it's weird. You wouldn't bring the gear up till you have positive rate, but if you had a level off altitude, 4,000 below. So 4,000, we got speed. There's SP. Let's go flaps 2. We're going to level 4. We're accelerating. Let's go ahead and stow the speed brake. We don't need you anymore. Flaps 1. Flaps 0. Disarm those. We're 4,000. Let's maintain 250 knots. And we'll just fly the published myth, Orlando traffic, Cactus 357 heavy, going miss 35 right. We're going to fly the published out to the hold. Actually, we probably don't have to. Let's go ahead and select heading. Turn right heading 040 or 50.
Orlando traffic, American 1763. We're on a right downwind, setting up for the RNAV 36 left, Orlando.
We're going to reactivate. We're going to reconfirm. We're going to reset up the box here. We're going to go direct Fisha 234 in, reselect heading. Orlando traffic, X357, turning right downwind 35 right on the mist for 3,000. Orlando. 3,000 open descent, down we go.
Orlando traffic, Delta 9901 heavy, work 036 left on June.
Well, that was odd. You haven't had to do that in a while. Down to 3,000. That 3,000 will reduce back to 180. At least we should have the airport loaded up by then, right? $20 degrees down bubble. Let's keep coming around here. We'll set up a downwind. It's 3.5, so the opposite would be 1.
Orlando traffic, American 421, clear of 35 left. Near Orlando.
18190, maybe? Starting to get a little glitch on our FMS speeds. Alright, let's go ahead and get flaps 1. Let's drop it down to 1,600. See if we can't make a short approach here. Thrust idle, open descent. We'll try to turn
Orlando
it inside
traffic,
of Hughes.
American 1763, turning left, right base for runway 36 left, Orlando.
Right base for 36 left. Really? Flaps 2. I'm not seeing anybody on TCAS. Are we? We're TCASing. Orlando traffic, Hector 357 heavy, turning right base 35 right, Orlando.
Orlando traffic, American 1763 is turning final for runway 36 left, Orlando.
I don't see anybody. Yeah, I don't. We're gonna maintain this heading for a little bit here. Let's make it 170 so we can go flaps 3. Fuel 13.8, we're looking good. Man, tell me it's ugly sim when it's literally 12 noon at midday, no clouds over Florida with no wind. Guy Ross. Alright, Gladstone Blue, look, Blue Cat 3 single Apollo 1+2. Orlando traffic, Cactus 357 heavy, turning final 35 right, Orlando.
On runway 36 left, Orlando.
Block.
Orlando traffic, American 1763 is on the final 6-mile final for runway 36 left, Orlando.
He was on a right base for 3.6? That doesn't make sense. Orlando traffic, Cactus 357 heavy, turning final 35 right, just over Hughes, Orlando. No wind, I know, AJ. Here comes the smasher. I used to live just northwest of this lake, and Microsoft 24 looking pretty good. Nice, dude. Any good bass in it? All right, recording's coming up. I miss Florida. There's probably a good bass in it. Let's hand fly it here. I'm going to go autopiloto off. We're going to go flight directors off. Flight directors off. Speed managed. We'll set 3,000 for the go-around. Should have done all that first. 3,000 is set. Gear down. Flaps 3. Bird on. Runway's in sight. Flaps full, landing checklist. Cabin crew advised auto thrust is speed. Auto brakes are off. ECAM memo standing by is all green, cabin signs blue. Oh, oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh, maybe I gotta call the purser. That's what it is. Nope, I don't know. They should be ready. All right. Hopefully they're ready for landing. We've still got to slow down here. Replay's up. Replay's recording. Matty K. Looks better than my first approach at flight level 410. That's too funny. All right, there's a cabin ready. Let's get a greaser. Come on, the ultimate greaser of greasers online with the U.S. Airways 330. Should I float it out for the grease? Come in just a little bit low so we can get maximum float grease. No wind. We're gonna smash, Chad. You know me. I can't land with 0 wind. We're gonna smash. We are gonna smash. Oh, someone text me. So many distractions on final. I'm coming in low on purpose. I want maximum grease. I feel a little crosswind for no wind.
30, 20, 10.
Orlando traffic, American 1760.
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think that was good at all. 0 wind, my butt. 2 knot crosswind felt like 27 knots. Terrible. Just flight model's terrible. Microsoft 24 sucks. Go back to 2020. Nothing to see here. Idle reverse. Frozen butter, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like any bit of it. I didn't like the float. I didn't like the drift. I didn't like anything. We're going to take the 17-mile taxi this way around.
Traffic Delta 320, sending via riders to sending out for Iowa, right,
Orlando traffic X357 heavy, we're clear, 35 right. It's all dead to me, man.
Orlando traffic, American 1760.
Oh, I forgot to turn frame gen on this flight. Oh, I did this whole flight without frame gen. Didn't really notice
Whoever
much
that
of a difference.
A330 is just smashed into the runway.
Smasher.
All right. I think this is a taxiway. I've had my fair share of taxiways issues in Florida. All right, we're cleaned up. Everything looks good. I guess since we have 52 miles to go to the ramp, we might as well turn our lights proper. I need XP's light panel. I'm gonna go to his house next week. I'm gonna take his light switch panel from him. Okay, we got a lot of. Whoa! Hang on now. Hang on to it. You're too loose, Cougar. You're too loose, Cougar. Hold up now. Hang on. Alright. We're still alive. We got some off-roading going on here. Orlando is terrible regarding taxiways. It is. I mean, there's actually a downslope there in real life, because I remember taking this turn going way too fast one time. I was like, man, I did not realize we were downhill there. All right. This is a great community, and I have so much advice, help from people in the community from the U.S. Something I do not get from people in the industry here in the UK, which is why I am moving. Wait, what? Further to your previous? Wait, you are moving to the States for real, Zippy? Dude, move to Texas, man. Come on, dude. Texas is where you want to be. HA, thanks for $3 super chat. More off-roading than your truck. Okay, AJ. Okay. Speaking of my truck, though, I actually did almost get stuck yesterday night. Alright. Orlando traffic X357 heavy. We're crossing runway 35 left. Don't see anybody on final. Nobody's taking off. We'll cross. Check out Colorado Springs. It's literally default airport hell. Really? Texans fans or Cowboys fans? Cowboys fans by default. Key 6, thanks for the 42 months of support, my man. Is this real life? And you don't want to be in Texas, Zippy. Key 6. Don't listen to Key 6, Zippy. Don't listen to Key 6. But this is not real life. The next stream will be real life in the Duke, trust me. All right, we're going to go straight in the ramp. We're going to park over here. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh. I just realized I have the car seats. Wife just texted me. Alright. Alright, I was texting and parking. Don't do that. Let's go to this one here. Wow, this terminal looks pretty good. We are not at a Hotel de Flight Simulatora. This looks pretty decent. This isn't... Surely this isn't a custom scenery. Maybe Adobo default. I'm going to have to cheat a little bit past the line here to get the truck centered. Oh, erp, nope, fake erp. We'll go all the way to the far end. Stand by for erp. Erp. Ah, hair too long. Brakes are set. Landing completed. Gaia Microsoft 2024 default. Really? Oh my gosh, dude. You guys are too much. Alright, I'm not going to shut it down. We're going to disconnect from my Veo Premium. Let's go ahead and see how bad this landing was. I don't know what to say. I don't know if we smashed. I just didn't like it. I felt like I had too much correction, not enough correction. Then we started drifting upwind. I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it. But let's see. Let's reset the parking brake. That is reset. Let's put the throttles back on. Let's go here. Let's go auto thrusting. And spoilers are armed. Okay, so let's see how we did here first. Flaps coming full. Got to keep the legacy going. I love US Airways, Hunter. Hunter, this is the best. This is awesome livery. I can't wait for Whiskey to drop this for everybody once it gets finished here. See, there's a little bit of breeze off the water, so there's definitely some crosswind. I just over-controlled it, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I thought we were on the ground. Okay, from there, didn't look terrible. Let's go back. Let's see. It's always hard to tell from a wing view. That's why I do it first. Give myself the benefit of the doubt. Oh, that's not that bad. Let's launch G's. Come on, let's launch G's. That wasn't that bad. That was bang on center line too. We kind of dragged the trucks on like in that video. And we got G's. G's is running now. It's the sound it programmed to play every time, even with butter. Okay. Let's see what G says here. Just a little. We still am drifting upwind. I don't like that. A 198. Okay, come on. I'll take a 198. 1.03 G. 2.8 left side slip. Yeah, I felt too slippery there. I don't know. I felt like it just... I got destabilized, like I flew through a wake or something. I don't know. Add that to the list. I flew through a wake. $199. Alright. Alright, now let's not watch this in the absolute ugliest time of day possible. Let's wind it back. Let's let you enjoy the replay in full. Lights are on. I should have had that on. That's cool. Replay. Sails coming up. All right. Now we can actually see the glories of Microsoft Flight Sim. Look at that. That's what you want to see. 330 gear saved me on that one. No doubt about it. But hey, I'll take it. I don't know. We got lucky there, chat. We got lucky because I did not like the way that felt at all. But definitely acceptable. Still smoother than Wingnuts landing in LaGuardia. If you guys want to see a very, very smooth landing, check out Wingnuts 172 landing on the expressway visual on the 737. So much better on that one. So, anyway, all right, we're going to wrap this one up. This was a good warm-up stream. I'm going to get some lunch. I'm going to get a cafe con leche. We're going to set up for Tour de Americas. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got the Radial Engine Mafia, Zippy Zapple, a couple of the radials are going to be joining us. We're stopping at Orcas Island to do a quick fuel pit stop there, and then headed over to DLS, I don't know what it is, DLSS FrameGen Airport there in Seattle on the river. So it's going to be an absolutely epic stream. I hope you tune in for that one. You should be auto-sent there at the conclusion of this. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. Soup! I mean, it looks like I'm flying two different sims when you change the lighting. Look at that. Come on.